This is Coogan Cassius for iFILM London. We're at the MGM for May Day fight week. Mayweather versus Guerrero. With me, working for BOXNATION, and whoever else he's working for, probably moonlighting. Steve Lillis.
Just BOXNATION, mate. Just BOXNATION this week. I'm not moonlighting. I'm a freelancer. I'm not moonlighting this week, Coogan. You're being a bit cheeky, see?
That's all right. That's all right. Steve, you've been here since Sunday. What's been the vibe here in Vegas, in your opinion, this week?
Yeah, it's been a great feel about the place. There always is come fight week in Vegas. The highlight of it for me so far was Tuesday afternoon when a few of us sat, a few journalists, a couple, myself and another UK journalist and a few American journalists, sat down with Floyd Mayweather Jr. for an hour or so, and as always he was fascinating to speak to, covering all manner of topics from Guerrero playing the sympathy vote to the time he actually spent in prison. The solitary confinement, they're the sort of people he mixed with in prison, and it was a fascinating hour. That's been the highlight of the week for me. Of course, we had the press conference yesterday, Coogan, where Robert Guerrero's dad, Rubin, totally lost his shed, shouting and hollering at Mayweather about being a wife beater, but Mayweather conducted himself really well. He ignored everything that was thrown at him by Rubin Guerrero, and I thought, all credit to Mayweather. I mean, whether it's a new PR friendly Mayweather, I don't know, because he was charm personified when we all met him on Tuesday afternoon, and yesterday he ignored everything that was shouted down at him from the podium by Rubin Guerrero, whereas the Mayweather in the past would certainly have reacted.
Also on this bill, Abner Mares against Ponce de Leon, a fight I know that you like the sound of. So,
yeah.
How do you see this fight going?
I'm a big fan of both fighters. Ponce de Leon's been a very, he's won a couple of world titles. A very unsung blue-collar boxing hero. A big fan of his. I first, just followed his career, but I first saw him in the flesh a couple of years ago. The same bill when Matthew Hatton fought Canelo Alvarez. He fought Adrian Broner that night, and it was such a close call. He just about lost that fight. Very, very close fight. The crowd didn't agree with the decision, because obviously they were very pro-Mexican there. But that fight was the last real tough fight Broner had. So it says a lot about Ponce de Leon and the uphill task facing Mares. Mares is unbeaten in 26, 27 fights. I think there might be one draw there on the record. He's already won world titles at a couple of weights. He's moved up to featherweight. I mean, he's a big lump anyway, so I can understand why he's moved up. But also the fact that they failed to lure Nonito Donaire into a fight is another reason for it. It's a strange fight, because what makes it strange about it, they're both managed by Frank Espinosa, and they're good friends. Abner Mares has been saying that they even know each other's families. So the best of friends are going to become the best of enemies for 12 rounds on Saturday. But they both come up a really hard life, both of them. So there won't be no sympathy shown by either. I'm a big fan of Mares. It's a tremendous story. Come to Mexico, to California at the age of 7 from Mexico. He lives in a place called Hawaiian Gardens, which is one of the worst areas of LA you can come from, and he's had it pretty tough. His upbringing. He's a fascinating story. I'm a big fan of his. I think his freshness might have too much for Abner Mares on Saturday night, but it's a fight that's threatening to steal the show, and one that anyone who's either watching on pay-per-view in America or at home on BOXNATION, it's a fight they can't afford to miss. It'll be a thriller.
The undercard is stacked full of Floyd's money team fighters. Yeah. Any of them that catch your eye, or anyone you're looking forward to seeing?
I've read about De Leon Love. I don't know a lot about him, to be honest with you there, Coog, but I've read a lot about him, and Floyd's been bigging him up all the time. But he's got Gabriel Rosado, who lost to Golovkin, I think, in December, January, in 7 rounds. He took a belt in that night. But if Rosado's got anything left, he could really give Love all the problems in the world. It's a tough fight. And, Floyd isn't scared of matching his fighters hard, I'll tell you that much. We've seen it in the past. He isn't scared of that at all. It was really interesting at their grander rivals the other day, Love and Rosado got in each other's faces. Rosado's quite a character with all these tattoos, his back to front baseball cap, and the biggest pair of sunglasses I've ever seen in my life. It's the sort of thing fighting greats wear, not guys that have lost 4 or 5 times. And you know, we're sitting here now, we're about an hour from the undercard press conference in this magnificent ballroom here at the MGM Grand, and I think they could go for each other again. I think there's round 2 to come, and round 3 will be about 20 yards from where we're sitting in the arena on Saturday night.
This fight's obviously at home live on Box Nation. So how comes Buncey didn't come out here then?
Well, Buncey stays and does stuff in the studio, you know. But Buncey's too big to fly. He's the king. He's the king of Box Nation. You know, he says where we all go. The Bunce man does. No, seriously, he's got obligations, you know, at home to do. What I come out there, I do. I do stuff for the Box Nation website here, and then I'll do stuff for newspapers at Box Nation to send the copy to them and pictures and stuff. Hoping we can get some publicity out of that for the fight. And then on Saturday night I'll do something from ringside before the undercard, when the undercard's on, before the main fight, with, you know, a fight personality. You know, we're not sure who yet, but it'll be a big name, as Buncey will say. We'll never know until 5 minutes before, but it will be an A-lister from the world of boxing.
Okay.
It might even be Kugan Cassius. We've got A+ lister.
Oh, easy, because you're talking money there, Steve, you know.
Well, you're the richest man out here. You know, you don't have 5 days. You've had a different Adidas tracksuit on and a different baseball cap every day.
It's the first day I've worn a tracksuit, and the first day I've worn a hat.
Wait, you had a hat on the other day. Don't fib to me, Cougar.
I haven't.
Because
your
man, the brains at the company Helder will see this, mate. And he tells me about these tracksuits you wear. He reckons you've got a real pink and blue number somewhere in Essex that you wear down the sugar hut. And you know, when you go in the sugar, you know, when you do your high fives in the sugar hut, it gets you to the front of the queue. You don't have to queue down there, mate.
That's true. That's all true,
and
Steve.
if the later the tracksuit, mate, the more drinks you get bought you down there.
Do you know what? I'm the only person that can walk in the sugar hut with a tracksuit and get in. How about that, Steve?
A pink, even your pink and blue
Don't matter
number.
what colour it is, I can get in there with a tracksuit, flip flops and all if I want.
Well, you're the king. You're the king of Essex. You should be on that thing. What's that thing they have all your mob where the blokes wear makeup? Towie, whatever it's called.
You watch Towie. You watch Towie, Lillis.
I don't, mate.
All right, Steve Lillis, thank you very much for talking about iFILM London. I'm going to let you crack on just to prove Steve is actually doing work.
There's my laptop even.
There's no work on there, Steve. That's just a screensaver.
You pulled me out, Cougar.
All right, Steve, thank you very much for talking to us.
It's good to talk to you, mate.
Thank you.
As always.
Thank you.